Hi, Ann Fry here from Better Bee, and I wanted to tell you a little bit about lighting your smoker and keeping it lit. A beekeeper smoker is a can filled with smoldering fuel, with a bellows at the back and a cone-shaped lid to direct the smoke. The tube which brings air from the bellows is shielded from the fuel by a grate, which is usually removable. It's important to keep this low area cleaned out of ashes and small debris, especially if you have trouble with the smoker staying lit. So this is a cotton cloth that's scraps from a company that makes buffing circles, buffing discs for cars, and it catches nice and it just keeps on smoldering forever. You can use stuff like pine needles or pine straw, as they say in the South, dried up grass from the edges of your lawn where it's all clumped up, some wood pellets, wood burning stove kind of pellets. They're really good, they burn a long time. Put something on the top so it doesn't pour out the nozzle when you tilt your smoker down and point it at the hive. And don't rush it, because if you rush lighting your smoker, you're gonna have it go out because you didn't do it well. It probably takes 3 or 4 minutes to really get your smoker going well. An important part of your smoker burning properly is your fuel. So be sure that you've collected the fuel ahead of time and you're keeping it in your yard box dry all the time. Don't assume that you'll be able to find something on the ground or in the woods near your bee yard every time you have to light your smoker. Some good fuels that you could gather up from around your bee yard are punk wood, pine needles, or pine straws, some people say, or wood chips. All those dried leaves around on the ground in the fall might seem like a great fuel too, but they're not. Dried leaves light up quick, but then they burn away quickly too, and your smoker goes out. I wanted to show you starting with a piece of newspaper and some pine bedding. This is from the pet store or the tack shop, you know, for your horses, maybe for your rabbits. And it will light by itself, but it's more guaranteed to work if you start out with some newspaper. After you get the newspaper going and we put some of that in, we'll put in even more of that and pack it sort of densely down in the can. I keep a lighter in my jacket, my bee jacket pocket all the time, but I also have something extra like another lighter or some matches in case this runs out of fuel. So don't rush when you're lighting your smoke, or you'll just think it's lit and you know it's just going to go out later. So be sure that the starter is going really well. Yes, it is. And start trickling in some pine shavings. This nice billowing whitish gray smoke is what you want. Just keep puffing. Might seem like you're smothering it, but if you keep puffing, it gets going again. So now I'm putting, you saw me put probably 4 handfuls in already, and I'm still putting some more in, because you want it to be kind of dense. You know, it's not packed hard, but it's kind of fluffy packed. So this, filling it right up. After that, it should just stay lit, and you're going to have probably an hour and a half, 2 hours or more of smoker going without any worries if you get it going like this when you start. And then make sure that the lid is on really good. And of course, be sure while you're lighting it, if there's anything flammable around you, like in the spring, if the grass is really dry, or in the fall when there's lots of dead leaves, try to be aware of not shooting sparks right out of your smoker when you're blowing this hard to get it started. Just be aware, be careful. When you're working with your bees, you don't puff this hard. This is just to get it going. When you're working with the bees, you do little light puffs like little gentle kind of half puffs of the bellows, like that. Because we don't want to be shooting sparks on the bees or shooting hot smoke right onto them. We just want to get some smoke onto them. Here's a final method, propane torch. It's pretty self-explanatory how to do it. And you may wonder why I didn't say this at the beginning. But it's good to have some experience with other methods and fuels and keep an extra lighter around in case your propane runs out. At the end of using your smoker for the day, you may still have fuel in it that's good fuel. Some people say dump it out on the driveway or in a puddle, but rather than do that and waste it, I close it up with green grass, really hard wad of it, and sometimes even make a big pad of it and put it in the hole where the bellows sends its air through, and then it just smothers the fire. And you can, if you're starting again within an hour or so, you could just pull these pieces of grass out and puff your smoker, and it should just start up again from puffing it. But if it's the next day, at least all your fuel is still in there and you can light it again. What you don't want to do is just put your smoker down inside your garage or your shed or your barn, even on a cement or dirt floor, and assume that it's okay, because sometimes even dead smokers will sort of appear to light themselves up again as they sit there, and it'll start smoking and possibly make sparks come out or tip over from an animal hitting it. So be very safe with your smoker and make sure it's out, or stuff it up like this, and do not put it inside of a building or car. The reason you want your smoker to stay lit through the entire inspection is that it is an important tool to move the bees around, move them off of things you need to touch, or off of the top edge of the box when you want to put on the cover. It's definitely a tool to be used when you need to use it. You need it to be lit, so you're not constantly rushing to relight your smoker again and again.